This week, the Trump administration notified the UN of its formal intention to withdraw from the Paris Climate Accords, which isn't surprising on the merits. It might be surprising because, didn't we already? I mean, in a very real way, we haven't been doing anything in terms of the federal government to meet our obligations under the Paris Climate Accords, but it sure has taken a long time to formally withdraw. But in any event, it is a controversial stance for the US to take. And joining us now to react to both this and also break down his candidacy in Washington's 3rd District, congressional candidate Peter Khalil, welcome to the show.
Hey John, thank you for having me.
Great to have you here. So first, on this formal notification, we are withdrawing from the Paris Climate Accords. I doubt that you're surprised by this, but what is your reaction?
So I'm not surprised, but here's the thing. We talk about accords, we talk about these things that are very abstract, treaties, international law and things like that. But let's talk about climate change as a personal issue. And to me, this is a very personal issue for 2 reasons. Number 1, because my son has asthma, and number 2, because my neighbors here in the 3rd District need jobs. And let me explain. My son was born in New York City, having been carried in a city with air pollution, and being born in a city with air pollution is a risk factor for asthma. This is a real effect of what we've done to our climate. We live climate change every day. This is the second thing I said, was that my neighbors need jobs. Yeah. Well, here in the 3rd District, we're at the epicenter of potential fossil fuel investment. And if we pass the Green New Deal, we will create jobs, especially in rural areas. So instead of building fossil fuel infrastructure, we can build rural broadband internet. We can build roads, bridges. We can start cultivating hemp. We can build schools and rural hospitals. So yes, I'm not surprised that we pulled out of the accords, but let's not focus on the abstract form of climate change. Let's focus on the real, personal, and tangible effects, because we feel those effects every single day. And I think that's a way to get people to understand why it's so important that we pass the Green New Deal and we go carbon neutral within the next decade.
You know, Peter, it's interesting that you just made that distinction between the abstract effects and then we have this solution. It's not like we don't know what to do, as Greta always says. We know everything we need to know. So the Green New Deal is out there. Nancy Pelosi, who is a woman who is almost singularly possessing of the power to get it done under the right president, she attacked this news about the Paris Climate Accord, saying it's a disastrous decision that sells out our children's future. And yet she has referred to the Green New Deal as the green dream or whatever. And so that's a weird set of stances to hold. I think it really gets to what you were saying there.
It is an odd set of stances to hold. And the only thing that I can say to that is what we need to do is elect a lot of representatives who are going to champion the Green New Deal. And by that, I mean turn it into feasible policies that will make us carbon neutral. So then in that way, if we have enough of a groundswell within Congress, and make no mistake, Congress is the most powerful legislative body in the world. If we have enough of a groundswell in Congress, we will get this passed, and Ms. Pelosi's, Representative Pelosi's remarks will be irrelevant.
For more political news, breakdowns, interviews, stories of activism, and me trying my hardest to care about the occasional big celebrity news story, subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/The Damage Report. And you can ring the bell wherever it is so you don't miss anything.